good long time. Hey, more power to him. Let's see how if he can keep the trend up.
I think we're definitely going to see a pretty close match. Both of these characters are pretty reliant on a lot of their projectiles in that they use them to set up most of their combos. Duck Hunt being a character that you don't see piloted by a whole lot of individuals. However, Fawn has proved that she or they are able to pilot Duck Hunt at such a high level, especially to see like the fighting spirit back. They took a break a while back and is back in the ring now and stronger than ever. So it's going to be such a strong match to see the two of these playing together. You have the up and coming and you have the solid strength of Fawn. Alrighty, looks like they are looking at getting started right now. Two of them probably going to their character select screens, talking about stages, I would imagine. Yeah, it looks like they're still selecting,
Yeah,
just getting set up.
yeah, they're setting up for the final set of this solid pool session. I mean, with top eight winner side rounding out with 9 Super Pie 2-1 over Seal, and then the loser side catching up slowly but steadily. We're going to be getting our one more set, then passing it over to a pair of excellent top eight commentators in Duramgar and Chopper. So all is the only thing left is this final set right here. Toon Link up against Duck Hunt Dog, Obmcbob, and Fawn. Ready, set, and go.
Alrighty, and here we are getting set up. I appreciate to see the utilization of the can right now from Fawn as they are starting up. Obmcbob, I'm not sure how I felt about his decision to rush in immediately, but regardless, both of them are at pretty even percentages. However, Fawn is going to take the lead.
Yeah, this is going to be a weird zoning style match because in a lot of ways, Duck Hunt is a like confirm oriented character, trying to confirm into like typically up airs and back airs, but any aerial will do off of things like cannon, clay pigeon especially being so potent with its frame one item spawn activation, that kind of thing that Smash Ultimate has. But meanwhile, Toon Link much more focused on like long-winded aerial zoning, but a set of tilts that are absolutely insane. And hey, like Bomb Forward Air has been doing it since Toon Link was released in Brawl, so and it's still just as potent as it's ever been and will continue to be, especially because you do need to create these shakeups and throw a wrench into the trapping style that Duck Hunt is so good at. But we're not seeing any of the disruption that Fawn really is trying to play around. We're just seeing like all these cans and tilts come onto Fawn's shield, and then they play around it accordingly.
Fawn has been super dominant so far in this game. It looks as though she's able to set up whatever they want, going for their confirms as well, taking an early stock versus Obmcbob. Obmcbob going to follow up though with a stock of his own that way, but Fawn just continuing to pile on damage right here. Being a zoner, being like knowing where their strengths lie, and just continuing to send Obmcbob where he doesn't want to be off stage.
Still has the bomb access though. Toon Link's floaty nature means getting back to ledge isn't really a problem, but getting off of it can certainly be with that floatier nature and so much hazards. You had to avoid the gunman, the can, you're managing your own bomb timer, and Clay Pigeon was sure to follow. Everything in the kitchen sink is being thrown out at Obmcbob, and floaties can have a hard time playing around that level of just pure hazards.
Absolutely. The way that Fawn is able to utilize their various projectiles to create a war of attrition versus Obmcbob. Obmcbob is responding with his own bombs, but struggling to fight back, I guess, versus Fawn and her very formidable defenses.
Yeah. A Couple clean confirms from Obmcbob, though, will even up this game count. Has been doing a much better job focusing on just sheer avoidance rather than trying to force his way through, but a huge confirm. I mean, setting up into a couple of two-piece conversions, can and clay pigeon abound. The forward smash barely whiffing, but it does displace the can. One more ought to do it, but Fawn choosing to catch the landing with just the forward tilt, playing in control and in her lane. Nothing crazy about any of it, but the up smash, nice catch on the fast fall air dodge.
Absolutely wonderful stuff to see. However, oh, that was a pretty crazy thing to go for, the back throw trying to send Obmcbob directly into the can. However, he is still going to get popped up by the angle of that can as he recovers to the stage, trying to find some damage of his own, sent right back into disadvantage, able to avoid the, but not enough. Getting hit by that explosion right there as Fawn secures game 1. Just like her knowledge of the setups as well as like their precise inputs and like ability to snipe someone, even like a tiny character such as Toon, like absolutely phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you played that ledge situation pretty masterfully, and I'm always just impressed watching Duck Hunt players manipulate can in the way they do, because it has consistent rules. The game just doesn't do a great job of conveying when those rules happen, in my opinion. But Fawn is able to notice every little trick, trend, and trigger that comes with when can changes direction, or manipulating which direction it's going to send it to begin with, depending on where the Duck Hunt is facing, and everything in between. Duck Hunt easily being one of the most, whether necessary or not, one of the most complex characters in the game to pilot, and she does so at a very high level.
It's absolutely wonderful to see. Going into game 2, you see Obmcbob here continuing his assault versus Fawn and her many projectiles, able to get some damage here as he is finding himself in the lead percentage-wise right now. Fawn able to make it back from ledge, utilizing can, continuing to do their setups. However, oh, that was a smart air dodge right there to get away from Obmcbob, but still going to find themselves off stage right now. Obmcbob shielding, trying to go, yeah, really smart there to control Fawn's get-up options. However, still going to get chain grabbed at the ledge. Not enough to take the stock, neither is that arrow. However, going to be sent to a pretty low place off stage, and now Obmcbob is the one struggling to recover, but going to take that stock right there. Obmcbob changing the course of the game and able to get the first stock here.
Yeah, the sheer difference between these two is that while there's certainly a better volume on the side of Duck Hunt, the specific hits that you need to get to take stocks early is always going to be a problem. You need to find the can into back airs, or the clay pigeons into up airs, or into forward smashes and whatnot. Meanwhile, you just have a greater sense of inevitability with the one item, or the two items rather, the boomerang and the bomb on the side of Toon Link, because you just confirm into an up B, confirm into a forward air, or confirm into an up smash, and just like that, a stock can be taken. And when you have the lead against Duck Hunt, suddenly all these trades that they can take are way more volatile than they were before if you had a lead. Oh, go for it. Yeah, okay.
It's really lovely to see the way that Fawn is able to utilize the different gunmans in order to change the direction of Obmcbob's trajectory. As you know, the different gunmen have different heights at which they shoot. So it's really interesting to see the way that Fawn is able to manage these setups with the gunman in order to send Obmcbob where she wants him to go. So really awesome. However, Obmcbob still fighting back, hanging on to his third stock by a thread. Fawn sort of struggling right now in order to take it back and take this game back from Obmcbob. Game's not over yet, and it looks like that throw is going to send him right back into disadvantage here versus Fawn.
But the advantage is never really pushed. You can't at 166. Fawn is trying desperately to preserve this stock as much as possible. The gunman, that time with the shotgun or the twin pistols, I think it was, goes down, hitting them up into the air so that you can force a interaction with the floaty or Toon Link. Finally, at 0%, you get to see if you can. You know what? My fault. See if you can try and like get some momentum on your side because you get the chance to do your low percent combos again and create a disadvantage state. But I mean, the stock is instantly lost. And so that nice little run up shield from Obmcbob, always willing to take the trade and detonate can. But hey, there's an opening. Oh, missing the back air afterwards, but still a very, very solid combo. So nice awareness from Fawn to get to a 68%. But you need a big pickup here, and every big pickup with Duck Hunt Dog starts with Clay Pigeon, and we are not finding opportunities to put out Clay Pigeon. We're not even finding opportunities to land.
That was so close to being the stock right there for Obmcbob, trying to close out this game too, and that F smash is going to be what does it. So really,
that was
awesome.
just forward tilt, baby.
Oh, that was. Dang.
Yeah, so Toon Link's smashes are like okay, like up smash is all right, and then but forward and down smash are like okay. Besides the fact that they hit pretty hard, but they're kind of slow and don't send at great angles. But Toon Link's set of tilts are insane, and most of them combo into each other.
Oh, but that makes sense. The way that it was able to send Fawn off stage at that
angle, yeah.
Okay, that makes so much more sense now. I was a bit confused. Okay, but going into game 3, it's been really awesome to see Obmcbob's significantly more oppressive gameplay than what we saw in game 1. In game 1, it seemed like Fawn was just kind of taking the reins and taking Obmcbob in order to do whatever they wanted with him. However, it looks like it is now Fawn's turn to answer back to Obmcbob's oppressive playstyle.
Yeah, it's a battle of two different styles of trapping and zoning. One kind of utilizing the body more effectively, one kind of having a bevy of different variety of traps. And you know what? It makes a ton of sense here for Fawn to try and want the longer stage. You want the floatier character in Toon Link to have to traverse just generally more space to get to you. And a stage like Hollow Bastion with its FD general sizes in both stage floor and blast zones means that Obmcbob will have quite the bit to trek in order to get through all the cans and clay pigeons and gunmen. But when he does, those bomb confirms and boomerang confirms will be online.
I mean, it's really interesting to see the way that Fawn is able to still go for these setups even in sort of disadvantaged situations. Obmcbob still making the best of them though, getting hit by that can there, but oh, I love that smart air dodge and able to get away from that, but he is going to pay the price for that by finding himself in disadvantage, able to make it back and make up some of this damage right now versus Fawn. However, Fawn still has the percentage lead, finding these openings, trying to set up with can. Fawn's knowledge, right there, they were able to shield versus her own can, but still able to get that stock right there versus Obmcbob. It's really awesome to see like such deep character knowledge. I mean, I would expect it from someone at the level of Fawn, but really awesome to see.
Honestly, from both sides too. Like Obmcbob almost found the stock a little earlier because of a air dodge read that was successful, but yeah, the neutral air dodge and not a directional one. Super rough there. But at 146, looking for any bit of hit on the ledge. Oh, the up air call out was just misspaced. Fawn looking for any way to extend this lead a little by little bit, and yet the up B on ledge, that multi-hitting powerful kill tool is just a sense of inevitability that is so potent whenever you get an opponent on ledge, because they're also conditioned to try and get off of it super quick thanks to things like the forward tilt we saw in the previous game.
Right, of course. The way that Fawn here is able to... Wow, okay. Some nice little string there from Fawn, able to take that stock and finding themselves at an entire stock lead right now versus Obmcbob. Obmcbob has proven thus far, though, that he is able to make back quite a lot of damage. However, he is going to find himself victim to some of those up air combos right there from Fawn. Fawn continuing with this war of attrition right now, though, versus Obmcbob, as he is sent into the corner, finding himself back on stage in an advantage state versus Fawn. However, he knows that he has a lot more to do than Fawn in order to close out this game.
I mean, hence why Fawn is doing those high recoveries so frequently. Like, running out of resources is certainly a rough time. So go high, just try to land on the platform, get to center stage, and once you do, all those resources are right back at you. You get the gunman, a chance to put out gunman, clay pigeon, and more. Clay pigeon in the back air, missing the can confirmed, but we've got another gunman, another can, and whoa, okay, okay. A huge whiff punish there off the down toss from the bomb. 126, never out of it.
Absolutely. Obmcbob showing us here that the game is not over until it is over, as he continues finding his openings right here versus Fawn. Fawn, however, knows that, oh, yep, there is the up air there, going to close out that game 3. Fawn being in the comfortable position of having the stock and the percentage lead, knowing that it was their game to win, and finding the conditions that made them able to do so.
Excellent set. Very, very well done from both sides, taking a game, instantly talking about it after as well. This is what locals are about. You know, there's, of course, the fees that you can get for winning and placing and making it into that top 8 is always a massive, massive benefit. But also it's important to talk about your losses and to talk about your wins and be social in this environment too. There's 40 people who all have the same interest, and you can find something to talk about, I'm certain. But excellently played from both sides. Obmcbob will get a chance to make top 8 up against Sinister, who he will play in a losers top 8 qualifier. But that does establish all of 7 of our 8 top 8 finishers from Phantom, Delta Force, Fawn, 9 Super Pie, Seal, Beast, and Haze, all with the opportunity to make a run and get to that coveted first place here at Fusion 250.
Absolutely. And it's awesome to see players talking about the set afterwards as well, especially at the levels of both of these players. Obmcbob being the up and comer, Fawn being a pretty decent staple player in the New York PR. Really awesome to see the two exchanging notes and sharing their thoughts on the game, especially at a local. This is what you want to see, players who are encouraging each other as how best to improve. So really awesome stuff here. Fawn able to defend their position, but you can definitely tell, like from what you said earlier, Obmcbob is very much on the come up, and it's going to be pretty cool to see his continued growth as he continues to learn and become better at piloting this character.
Yeah, I mean, another chance at a PR win right now in station number 1 at Fusion 250 as he plays against Sinister. We'll see how it goes, and we get to see all the stocks and all the action, including this. This is a really nice pickup, actually. This is the down toss bomb. A nice way to find the jump through and then get a silk little confirm into the up air. But all good things must come to an end, and Fawn is excellent at playing with a lead, doing so here with the clay pigeon up air, classic confirm, and you got to have those classics on deck if you want to make a deep run. Thus, that brings us to the end of our block, but not in terms of sets, but we do have some ads to hit you with right here, right now, including Collision 2025 happening this August, sandwiched in between a summer that is jam-packed with some good old Smash Brothers and Rivals of Ether 2 that you're not going to want to miss. It's happening 22nd through the 24th in the Meadowlands Expo Center in Secaucus, New Jersey, the biggest venue that Collision has had for one of these. I mean, it used to start as a regional, and now it's hitting the biggest venue that New Jersey has to offer. You can register right now before prices go up at start.gg/collision or by scanning the QR code right in the top right there, and check out all the action and all the updates and everything about it at twitch.tv/collision series TV, where it'll be streamed, but also twitter.com/collision smash.
Right, for sure. As with the Collision series, we have been seeing the growth, as Ubel mentioned, from a regional sized event to now being what is definitely going to be a major as one of the highest tiers possible. So definitely show up to support your tournaments. If you are from the tri-state area, or even if you are from out of state, it is not going to be something that you will want to miss. So definitely check out Collision and register ASAP so that you can get your spot before prices go up. You do not want to miss something like the 2025 Collision. And of course, thank you all for supporting Fusion. You can support them on their Twitch at Collision Series TV, their Collision Smash on Twitter, but it's every Monday in Rahway, New Jersey. Definitely come out. Now that it is summertime, you do not have the same unless you have a job or something like that, like
Jobbers Unite, maybe.
Yeah. Don't have the same excuse as when you are in school. So now it is going to be like time for all the people who went away to college to come back to Fusion. So definitely come out for the summer of Smash Brothers. And I think with that, that is going to end Ubel and I's block. Ubel, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for helping me with my first block here at Fusion.
Me too.
But absolutely great stuff, and definitely stay tuned to see top 8 hosted or casted by the wonderful Dara and Gar and Chopper. So stay tuned. There will be so many hype sets, and it's going to be awesome to see. Thank you very much.
See you soon.
Bye.
Please, don't wait. Use the offer code on screen to get a $25 e-certificate to spend on select add-ons at checkout when you purchase a Galaxy S25 Edge and Samsung. Scan the QR code or go to trygalaxy.com to test it out for yourself. And join us in the fight against heavy phone syndrome-related injuries today.
In water, a behavior likely rooted in their foraging traditions along river banks. But these babies are just learning what water is. Fortunately for our curious friends, today's technology anticipates a few splashes. Thanks to its water-resistant design, Galaxy S25 Edge survives its unexpected bath and baby raccoon stampede. Early in life, these tiny bandits in training can sprint with surprising speed, a crucial skill for escaping danger, or chasing after the next shiny distraction. Powerful Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. This phone smoothly captures every spontaneous moment of action, mischief, and more.
Well, now I feel like I gotta know what you wanted to talk about too, you know?
Digging and foraging. Here we see the
Wait, I hear myself
ceramic to the face
on somebody's
of
mic.
Galaxy S25 Edge.
Or is it on the screen
to
too?
survive this particularly
I think so.
enthusiastic product review for your tasty snack.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you're taking the audio from Discord?
Observe now as one of them attempts the classic nose shot. Though trying his best, baby raccoon Lava has not yet
Yes.